Greetings, Builder, and welcome back to the Lapis Kingdom. I am the Blue Regent, and today we are going to work on setting up some basic decorative farms that are going to allow us to, in the survival episodes, set up some automated resource gathering farms. The big goal of today is to get the first half of some of these tasks on the task board knocked off. So our main focus is going to be setting up a decorative melon farm, a decorative pumpkin farm, and a decorative sheep farm so that we can get the automated versions of those going soon. So if you're ready, grab your work boots, grab your tools, and let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to work on today is going to be the sheepfold. The difference between a sheepfold, I think, and a sheep pasture is the fold is where you keep your sheep and a pasture is where they graze. So we're just going to build the fold. And if I'm wrong about my terminology, please feel free to, in a friendly way, correct me. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to build a place for them to stay. And then the idea is when it's time for them to graze, they will be let out and just kind of wander around and eat all of the tall grass. So I'm kind of thinking this space right here. It sits taller than both the pig sty and the cow pasture. And it's not going to take up a ton of space. Let's see here. Carry this stretch out a little farther. And I think this is all I want. Cool. So this building is going to be an incredibly simple shape. And I think we're just going to carry... Oops. A cobblestone brick wall all the way across. How far across is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. And then we'll carry this across. And I think this is where the entrance is going to be. And this is kind of a short wall. So I think I'm actually going to take it up another level. Okay, so there's the basic shape. And I think I'm actually going to move this entrance over one just so we get this spot in here. Oh, hello. Oh, is that... Do you need to be in here? What do you have? Nothing I want. The packed ice could be handy later, but I am not anywhere close to needing that. So, yeah, I don't really need anything that you have. So I think I'm going to try replacing all of these corners with just cobblestone. And put a slab on top. The only issue with this is you're not really going to be able to see into it. I don't care about that right now. I want to get this built, and then I'll figure that part out. So in here, I'm going to come 2 over, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I'm going to extend this over 1. So because I expanded the space side to side, I also expanded the front and took it out a little bit. And because it did that, it started to feel a little too close to this tree here. So I moved the entrance over here. And we'll put some spruce fence gates in it. Just like that. As far as this lean-to goes, we're just going to follow the same pattern that the pigsty and the cow pasture lean-tos follow. Because these are for a different creature, I want the setup to again feel a little different, just like how the pigsty and the cow pasture are set up differently. I want this to have a different feel, all while still maintaining some similar themes to the other two. So the big thing that they're keeping in common is this lean-to. This lean-to is kind of the piece that carries them across. I like how that peeks out over the top. But an issue I have is now you can't really see what's going on in there unless you're standing right here. So the sheep will be invisible. What if I did this? I think I like that. I think I like this. Now what do I do with this one? How do you look if I just... Yeah, I think I like that like that. So this one, unlike the cow and pigs, their lean-to has this spruce fence wall down here. But putting that in here just makes this cramped space even more cramped. So I think having this spruce fence out here again kind of ties everything together a little bit. And then I have these nice big strong corners. Yeah, I think I like that a lot. Next thing I'm going to do here, let's see, how do I want to try to do this? Okay. And then 1, 2, and there's like a little trough for the sheep. And stuff's not going to fall into it because it's under this roof. Do I want to take this back one? Okay. Try number 2. Moved it back 1, and I like that better there. Hello, sheep. Come with me. And let's see. Let's try to grab a couple more. I want at least 2 or 3. Hello? You're coming with us? What happened to your lead? Did it break? Come on. Now, in the past, I have left this part for the survival episodes. However, we've already talked about herding in a survival episode. So eating up another survival episode just to talk about something we've already talked about before feels a little redundant to me. What do we have? We have 2 light gray, 3 white sheep. Let's grab a 4th white sheep. Hello. Would you like to come with us? Oh, okay. Let's go, everybody. Now, the leads alone will help pull them, but having the wheat out is going to help them keep up. Because if they get too far away, the lead will essentially break, and you lose the sheep, and if you're not paying attention, you can lose the lead as well. So having the wheat as extra enticement just kind of helps make sure everyone's going where you want them to. Let's all be careful going down this hill. I have to say, doing this with leads is so much easier than doing it without leads. Everybody be careful. Don't touch the sweet berry bushes. All right, everybody, come on. Come inside. This is your new home. Yeah, isn't this nice? Okay, I'm gonna shut that, and I'll take your lead, and I'll take your lead, and your lead. All right, you guys, there you go. Look, yeah, great. Everybody eat up. Great job. Okay, so there, that's basically our little sheepfold. They'll keep the sheep in here, and then anytime they want to put them out to graze, they let them out, and they'll just kind of work around and eat the tall grass, and then they get brought back in here in the night for safety. Pardon the interruption, but this is a very important announcement. What's about to happen next is going to be kind of a jump in time. Unfortunately, the footage from when the dogs that we now have were tamed was lost due to some sort of unforeseen technical difficulty. It makes me a little bit sad. However, luckily the rest of the video can be salvaged, and so please forgive the fast forward in time and just enjoy the really fun dogs that we now have in the village. So just like the sheep, the dogs are going to have a small living space because during the day, the idea is going to be the same as the sheep, which is essentially everybody is out in the field running around, and so their living space is basically just a place for them to stay at night. And so I have flattened out this area right here and done a little terraforming, and we are going to get started on setting this space up. And I kind of want this structure to match all of the lean-tos, but have it be a little more house looking, I guess, is what I'm looking for. Excuse me, everyone. Do you really need to be this loud? Essentially, this is going to look a little bit more like a house, and the idea is it's basically a doghouse. So we'll get started. So the space that this is going to take up is going to be kind of small, and again, the idea behind that is this is just kind of like a resting place for them at the end of the day. So let's see here. How do I... This is too high. So bring that up one more. Out just like that. So this will all be filled in. Now here I'm going to have to deal with something interesting. So what I think I might do is hide that height difference like that. So this will look like a half block. So this will have a little bit more of an overhang. And so that'll go there like that. And then from here we'll come across like that. Then I'll bring this up one more. And then we'll do the same. So we'll go like that. Like that. Come up one more slab. We can just bring this across just like this. And then let's see here. I think I want to fill that in. Let's get some light going in here. I think I want to bring that down. Oops. And then put this gate here like this. Okay, so let's see here. I know I want to use some oak fences. Oh, that's not going to work there. That's okay. Maybe just the front will do. Bring that up like that. I think I do want that to overhang a little bit. Maybe I'll leave the corners off. And then put that on there like that. What else can we do here? I know I want to kind of shore this up. And maybe throw... Do I want to do that? Yeah, because this doesn't need a second awning. Do I want this? Or here's the question. Do I want this fence to go directly in front of the log? Or do I want it to be on this corner? While I'm trying to figure out which of these I like better, I am going to replace all of this grass with hay bales. From here, I'm gonna throw a couple yellow carpets down. Here maybe, and one back in the corner. Actually, I'm gonna throw that. This adds just a little bit of a height variation in here, and I just want this to kind of look like they have like a straw bed to lay on when they're sleeping. So it's kind of like it's not the prettiest accommodations on the inside for them, but the idea is simply this is a space for the three of them. After everybody gets herded into the sheepfold, then the dogs, at the end of their day, they get their treats and everything, and then they get brought into here, and this gets closed up, and that's just the place for them to sleep. So it's kind of tight. It's not real big, but it's just a space for them to stay warm after a long day of being out in the fields and out just kind of running around in the open spaces. So I'm still having a hard time deciding how I want to do these supports. And right now, I have one side that has it out at an angle from the post, and both the front and the back. And then I have another side where it's directly in front in the front, and directly in front in the back. And actually with these, I think I might knock this corner out. And no, that definitely doesn't look good in the front. Okay. I think that corner is where I want this to go. And that is because I didn't like the way that this corner looked without this slab. I like this. This is extremely simple. This is a very bare bones build. But this is part of this, and we've got our dogs here standing guard. We've got our sheep running around, and these two things kind of go together. This is basically the most bare bones version of a sheep farm that any of our settlements are going to have. In like the far-flung reaches of the kingdom, this is what's going to exist, and there might be like 2 or 3 of these just kind of scattered around, maybe a couple like at an angle, and the whole point is to just make it look like there are sheep that get let out during the day to kind of eat the weeds, eat the tall grass, eat, whatever needs to be trimmed down, and they just kind of get herded around by the dogs that go along with them. Now, the last thing that we're going to work on today is something that I've been trying to figure out where I want to put. And I think where I'm going to put it is basically in this space back here. And the reasoning behind that is I want to be able to link up all of my automated farming to this cave system right here. So when I get my automatic carrot and potato farm going under the crop farms over there, I want to be able to access it from there. And same with my sheep farm, same with my wool farm. And so the farms that I'm going to be setting up over here, I also want to be able to access from there. I kind of am ending up putting myself in kind of a tight space here, but that's okay because I'm going to have all of the access to it that I want. So I think what I'm going to do is bring some of this terrain down, fill this in here, and this is going to be where I'm going to build. This area in here is going to be where I'm going to build what I'm building. Okay, so I brought this area down a little bit, and I think I want actually this space heading in this direction to come down to this level. So I think I'm going to drop down one more level. This just adds a little bit more height variation and is going to be a little bit more pleasing to the eye, hopefully. Oh no, surprise creeper attack. I don't even know where you came from. Ooh, man. I did not, where did you come from? Is it this? Okay, well, we can't be having that. We can't be having that anymore. Is this still accessible? You can't get up here now, can you? No? Great. Yeah, I can't be having people sneak up on me when I'm building. That's unacceptable. Now that this is all flattened out, the next step to take is going to be turning the pumpkins that we have into jack-o'-lanterns. So the shape of what I'm making, I kind of want it to be a little funky and a little irregular. And that's because melons and pumpkins both grow in kind of a weird pattern. I'm going to throw some water right here and a slab. And then I'm going to go... Once these pumpkin vines grow all the way up, they're either going to place a pumpkin in these blocks, or these end ones could also place them right outside here. Now, I can have some control over that using walls or fences to kind of help dictate where I want the pumpkins to pop up. So this is going to be kind of a weird shape, and I'm kind of just embracing what the land is doing, so it's going to be at a little bit of an angle. I might actually bring this one up one. Using cobblestone walls, I can kind of dictate where these pumpkins are going to end up being placed. So now, like this particular square, the only place it can place a pumpkin is going to be right here. And same with this one, the only spot it'll be able to place a pumpkin is going to be right here. One of my favorite ways to keep a garden plot in this game well lit is to set up a little kind of scarecrow guy here. And this is a real basic one. All this requires is a fence of any kind, a hay bale, a pumpkin, some shears, and a torch. If I want to add a little bit of detail, I can use some levers to make it look like he's got arms. And so now I've just got like a real basic scarecrow. It also helps add light to this area for the crops and to help prevent mob spawns. And I'll throw down the last of my pumpkin seeds for now. Of course, I'll get more as we go. And I think this will be my last row of pumpkins. And again, I'm losing a little bit of space by not having this water spot as far out as that water spot. But this is going to be more of a decorative farm. So I kind of just want to stagger my scarecrows so that they just aren't all in one line. So I've got my 3 scarecrows set up, and they're all facing different directions, and their arms are all kind of doing different things. And so this just kind of feels a little bit more fun to me as far as setting up a pumpkin patch. And I think I might actually come out one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so this is just our little pumpkin patch. And I might have pumpkins that grow right here ultimately, and if they do, that's fine. But this is basically just our nice little... Actually, I think I'm going to bring this entrance in 1. Yeah. If I have to jump over a pumpkin, that's fine. But I think this is how I'm going to just set up my little decorative pumpkin patch. And then we're going to do a melon patch basically the same way. Yeah, this is kind of a weird thing going on here, but I think it gets the point across. I'll have this one looking this direction. This one looking this direction. And now this one doesn't have... I'm short one jack-o'-lantern, and that's fine, because we're going to get more pumpkins. let's see. I'm going to go arms like that. Maybe this one has both arms down. And you'll be finished when we get to it. So this is just a nice little decorative pair of farms that are doing kind of some weird stuff. But at the same time, again, their purpose is to just kind of fill in the space, because we're going to put in underneath them real basic automatic pumpkin and melon farms. And they're not too far from this cave, so setting up a space under here is going to be pretty easy. I think actually once I get start setting up all my newer auto farms under all of this, I think that cave entrance over there might not be how we get to them anymore. I'd like to think that once we get this sorted out as the villager spawner and modify this kind of like town square, I think I want there to be a secret entrance into all of the underground stuff, either from the town square, maybe like hidden in the water fountain, or if I can successfully pull this off being kind of the staging area where the villagers head down to their like job locations, there might be an entrance to the undertown in here for me as well. Because right now we've got our super basic trade hall, and this is how you get to it over here. Our crush farm is over there, and you've got to go all the way to the other side to even get to the entrance. And it isn't very economical time-wise if I'm trying to get to most of my automated stuff, and I've got to run from like one end of the town to the other end of the town. And so I might just pick a spot that takes me down to essentially the entrance to everything, and then it's basically just one kind of connector hub. And so if the entrance to that is in the town hall, then that's fine. If the entrance to that is hidden somewhere in the town square, that's fine. But for now, we've got a start to these little decorative farms going over here. This melon farm's kind of strange. I might work on that. I'm probably going to work on that. But I like the pumpkin farm a lot. And I like the start of the melon farm for sure. It's just a little small, and I think I kind of hampered myself because I know I only have 8 melon seeds right now. With our decorative sheepfold set up, our decorative pumpkin farm going, and our decorative melon farm in progress, the next goal is going to be, in a survival episode, to set up automated versions of all 3 of these farms, which I'm excited for because that's going to increase our block production, which is going to give us more stuff to work with when we work on our building. That is going to be it for today. I look forward to seeing you next time in the Lapis Kingdom. Have a great day. Bye.